If you want to get healthier, but you're not prioritizing sleep, you're going to be frustrated with your results. Even if you eat perfectly and exercise every day, if you aren't giving your body the rest that it needs, you're capping your growth. It's like trying to swim with weights tied to your ankles. In this video, Greg and I sat down to talk about the main things you need to do to get your best night's sleep ever.
We're talking about the main thing here. And so for me, I tell the story of how I was on the treadmill at the gym. Right, I was talking to a wellness expert friend of mine about diet and exercise, right? And what percent went where when it came to health?
Like what's the most important?
Right, is diet, 70% of it, 80% of it, is exercise 20 to 30% of it? And he said, actually, no, you're wrong.
You're missing a lever.
Sleep is at least half the battle. It's at least 50% of the total health equation. Yeah. And if you think about it, again, we take sleep for granted.
Totally.
For many of us who sleep well, like I sleep pretty well, I take it for granted. But since I made the investment in the Oura ring, it's a very easy thing that monitors my sleep. It's better than the Apple Watch, I think, from that perspective, because it's just non-intrusive. And I can make it through, a week without charging it. But it tells me when I'm sleeping well and when I'm not in the days. And it's right.
Yeah.
It's accurate. When it tells me that I'm not sleeping well, I can go back in time to the night before, and there were some things like maybe I didn't do my evening routine, or maybe I had one extra glass of wine. So maybe alcohol had a negative effect on my sleep. It tells me about my heart rate variability, right? Up or down. And so I think for me, it's just the simple premise that sleep is vitally important, and you should be very much focused on it and improving it. We talk about all the ways to improve it, but maybe the most important alarm that you're going to set is not in the morning, it's in the evening.
Yeah.
It's your bedtime. Having that consistency in when you're going to bed. And if you can't do it 7 days a week, you can probably do it 5 to 6 days a week. If you like to go out with your friends on a Saturday or something, and that's the one night a week that you're going to stay up late, your body can probably absorb that.
Yeah.
But it can't absorb sleep irregularity, 4 or 5 days a week. It just can't do it, right? It's so what would be your main thing?
I mean, yeah, like you said, I think sleep is often overlooked as just something we do between our days.
Yeah.
It's not part of our health journey. It's what we do between when we're trying to get healthy or something. But it's actually the foundation for physical and mental health. It's a super important lever. I don't know that I ever appreciated this quite as much as when I had some kids, and that newborn phase when you're just sleep deprived and delirious, and watching the effect that had on my mood. I'm generally a pretty upbeat guy, generally pretty friendly, not a very angry guy. But when I'm sleep deprived, the monster comes out. Like something really changes in my mental health. If I have not gotten enough sleep, I'm like a different person, which is dramatic to acknowledge that. And so sleep is something that now I really prioritize. Like I used to get into bed at the end of the day and scroll on my phone in bed. And before you know it, it's like 30 minutes, 45 minutes go by. And not only am I sort of pumping blue light into my eyes, which we talk about in the module will affect your sleep, but I'm also it's not a great use of time. And I started to ask myself, well, if sleep is this important, would I wake up early to scroll for 45 minutes? Probably not, right? It's not that important. So I probably shouldn't stay up 45 minutes later, just mindlessly frittering away my time on social media or whatever. So yeah, it really became a priority for me. Like when you told me that thing about it being 50%, I said, it makes sense, man. Yeah. We spend like at least a third of our lives asleep, if you get 8 hours a day. Super important.
Yeah. I think sleep it's like environment, right? These are the two last modules, parts of H40, but they're two super important concepts when we're talking about improving our health and really starting at the foundation, our mental health, right? Environmental health, and then rising up, it will bubble up to the surface. Sleep absolutely will improve or worsen our physical health. So that's it for the main thing for H40. We're super excited that you guys spent the last 40 days with us. We're excited if you're going to jump into F40, our 40-day financial sprint. We're going to do a similar series of videos in F40 that really isolates and synthesizes like a key idea for each week. So we'll see you then.
You got your evening routine figured out yet? If not, spend some time planning for tonight and let us know in the comments below what your evening routine looks like. We'll see you in the next video.